Hello. It's a game that isn't functionally broken. Well, actually, I'm about to really disprove that one. It's more Pokemon Red, but the glitch run. It probably helps if I click into the window before pushing a button on my keyboard as opposed to typing randomly into a box. A few things you might notice when we fire into this. We now have 90 Pokédex entries, because I may have sat there and done exactly what I said I'd do, for once, which is every Pokemon we have except one has been leveled to 42, including evolutions, unfortunately. Except, actually I say every Pokemon, there are a handful that haven't. For the second thing, we're not actually going to get ready playing Pokemon normally to start with. I'm actually going to showcase Glitch City, which is a glitch that I mentioned in the last stream. It's a bit of an interesting one because it has a really weird sequence of events you have to do to get it to work. But before we even kick into that, Keta has redeemed first, said they'll be back in after the ads. Don't worry, Keta, I am very rarely here during the first ad break. I am usually, you know, I fire off the stream, I fire off the message into 2 Discords, one of which is unknown hosts, we'll give him a shout out, and then the other one is, actually, Havoc Puppy, the guy who's made the 3D art that I've been using for years. And then, yeah, I disappear, I get water, I stretch, I get comfortable, and then proceed to get comfortable multiple times during a stream, because I probably should replace this chair. Cass says, damn it, good thing they had the tab open. Thanks, Twitch, for not having notified them. Not. And also, who's that Pokemon? It's a Spanish bird. Yeah, so the goal for this stream. Find the other 2 Spanish birds. Defeat Team Rocket, get the 2 badges, and then, depending on time, hopefully get somewhere close to the Elite 4 on Indigo Plateau. We'll see. We might go past that point. Let's say it depends on time. Also, while we're doing the shoutouts, while we remember 1 for Cass, 1 for Keta. You know? Cass was doing Magic the Gathering. Keta's still doing That's Not My Neighbor. Ket also says they're back though, wandered off during the ads. Perfect timing for when they came back. Exactly, right? Perfect. Everything works out in the end. Cass also says this is a game that is not functionally broken. We all mean a game that is not broken by DLCs or updates. I ended up looking into... we can talk about that while we go to get Glitch City primed. I ended up looking into the MechWarrior 5 AI issues, and apparently it is, like I feared, it has hit quite a few things across the board. There are missions where friendly AI doesn't actually do anything, there are missions where enemy AI doesn't react, there are missions that don't quite play correctly because of all the problems. So I have gone ahead, I've scrubbed all of it. There is no MechWarrior 5, unfortunately. Do I have enough money for this? Yeah, I got the money for this. So MechWarrior 5 Mercenaries, unfortunately, is not happening. If it ends up being in the future that I see there is sufficient patches, and I'll check it out probably in like May, maybe around May, to see if it's been improved. If it hasn't, then unfortunately I guess we're not going to see Shadows of Kerensky unless I do just that DLC itself, but that's a bit of a shame. But as for right now, Glitch City. I mentioned it last stream and I wasn't sure how to do it. I've figured out how to consistently reproduce it, but there are still risks. But we're going to do one of the safe ways that I know. It requires that we go into the Safari Zone and then do some really weird things. So, we're going to pay for the lovely privilege of wandering in. I have received Safari Balls, but we're not going to use them. We are then going to immediately leave. We're also not leaving early, but we need to say that we're not leaving early. We're then going to save. And then I'm going to reset the cartridge. Marwol, why have you done this? It doesn't make any sense. Correct, it does make any sense. But I'm hopefully going to explain it. Basically, when you move in and around through different areas, there are doorways and things like doors are treated as warp points. The Safari Zone has to have the ability to take you from anywhere within it and put it all the way to the certain room that we've just walked into and out of, the entryway. However, since we've already walked in and out of there and then we saved, if we now walk back this way, welcome to the Safari Zone. The game doesn't realize that we have paid for the Safari Zone and we should be in the Safari Zone, but it does realize that we started there. So as far as the game is concerned, we are in the Safari Zone, but not. So we're going to say we're not going to take part in the Safari. Here's where things get funny. Remember what I just said about how doors act as warp points? Because of having to need to pull a player from anywhere and then move you to a specific exit, if you're in a place that doesn't have the right, quote, warp point or exit point, you will end up in something called Glitch City. Now, funnily enough, cities tend to have the right warp point in them just because they use that many warp points because of all the pathways, right? So if we go to ye old favorite, I love how I did this the wrong way around. We're going to go to Nugget Bridge, and we're going to go just above Nugget Bridge. We're going to walk along a little bit towards Bill's. The entire time we're doing this, by the way, the game still thinks we're in the Safari Zone, so I'm not going to pause in case it breaks anything, but it is counting how many steps we're going. I forgot I had this thing primed as well, but it's fine. We've just got out of doing the Mew trick. Or the fly trainer. Don't worry about that. Don't worry about that at all. So now that we're up here, and we're now over here, I'm just going to run back and forth until we have the 500 steps. So normal Safari Zone, you use your 500 steps, or whatever it is. You get warped back to the beginning, you have to pay again. But we're not there. But the game is still going to try to warp us to an exit point. But that exit point doesn't exist. So given how everything else in this game, when it has something it tries to access that doesn't exist, then grabs the next thing it can access and goes, I'm going to use this instead, we're going to end up having a pretty interesting experience, provided I haven't just broken the glitch because of doing that thing where I just walked out with the Mew glitch still primed on the bridge. But I also don't think I can check. I'm going to safety save it. Well, no, I'm going to safety save it, and then it's going to accidentally do that again. I love when I use the safety save button and the game goes, ah, permanent turbo, right? Off to a great start. Still better than MechWarrior 5. Safety save. Gonna. I'm assuming that the count is still running. But again, I have no way to check. But if it's not running because we did technically just go into another glitch and then things went weird, I can just restart the city glitch. But I need to be sure it's not going to fire off before then. No, it should have fired by now, surely. Must have been 500 steps. Okay. Then, change of plans. We won't go to the Nuggets Bridge. We will instead fly somewhere else. So, 500 steps. I do not wish to pay your fee, kind sir. I can also see that Cass has been hit by the auto mod, which I think is kind of funny. We'll see why that's happened in a second. Let's go to Route 1, Route 2, Route 3. Route 5, I think, is the one beneath Cerulean City, so we're gonna go there instead. Actually, no, we're gonna go this way. And I'm just gonna walk up and down here in a really weird U shape. As soon as I... The message was held for race, ethnicity, or religion. Yeah, careful with the way you arrange words, Cass. The timeout... Yeah, it's timed out on that one, so I can't approve it. I can absolutely see why I got flagged, though, because that was a silly way to arrange your words. I'm gonna drop a word from that paragraph. And, Cass says they have a funny black and white deck on Magic that uses Final Fantasy characters. And it's quite a lot. What do you mean by quite a lot? But, yeah, be very careful about what words you put in front of any color. Automod will flag it, and if I don't catch that in time, it expires. Automod normally not much of a problem. I'm gonna laugh if I can't reproduce Glitch City today. After I made sure I could after the old stream. The problem is, as well, not knowing how many steps is 500 steps is a little bit of an issue. Hello? Can I not count? Maybe 500 is more steps than I think it is. Admittedly, when I was reproducing this, I did hold down the turbo button and I just, like, went up and down and up and down and up and down, and then things happened. Do I have a Pokemon that knows cut? I have Buzz. I could be doing the up and down somewhere else. But I also probably should check that I don't have anything else at the moment that's stopping Glitch City. Time for the perspective to change. Where's my hand-editable text file? Glitch City. Enter Safari game immediately, attempt to exit, say no, save, reset, attempt to ask, say no, take 500 steps anywhere else. Okay. Is this Route 5? No, this is Route 4. Okay. That's fine. We'll just keep getting our literal steps in, and hopefully this will work. Otherwise, I've just walked around and rambled about Glitch City, but not managed to show Glitch City, which is a shame, but I do have a backup plan for another glitch I can show instead, which is kind of related to the Mew thing. But we'll get to that eventually. There we go, 500 steps. So, as I've said, the game logically thinks we are in Safari, but we're actually not. So we're not... The rest of the game isn't set quite right because of the way we loaded, we left, and everything else. So now, our time is up. The Safari game is over. Did we get a good haul? Come see you again? No, I think I'm gonna leave. Welcome to Glitch City. Every Glitch City is different. Some of them will crash the cart. Some of them you can move around in. We have no such luck here. but I'm pretty sure every route can cause a glitch city. Some of them are more dangerous than other ones. Actually, I say that one of them can crash the game. Yeah. Route 6 can crash the game. That's the only one I have noted down. But welcome to Glitch City. In case you're wondering, you can choose to leave. You may notice as well the characters get a bit weird when we open up the menu. We're gonna leave. We're gonna go to Saffron City. Actually, we're gonna go to Cerulean City. Because we're going to combine two different things together. I'm going to intentionally crash the game by sort of explaining two things at once. Well, three things at once. Before we kick that off, though, Cass says, so one of the characters is quite expensive at 8 mana. It's Arden, which makes every demon have haste and lifelink. Now each combat phase, he grabs creatures from the opponent's graveyard, makes them demon tokens that are 7/7. Then interacts well with Cecil, which once transformed makes him and all other attackers indestructible, and Vincent, who gains +1/+1 for each creature destroyed. When you get Squall, each time he does damage, you can summon him from the graveyard with 3 mana or less. You can build a token deck with 3 mana with a newest Elspeth, which controls each spawn token, use the border control. And then you have a random Sephiroth, which is just fun to have. Counterpoint. Master of Cruelty is Whisper Soul Cloak and any burn card. It's always a fun one that not a lot of people know how to handle. If you don't have removal, it's funny. Very funny. The Angel Demon deck I used to run as well was pretty disgusting for how it comboed. Okay. So, first off, I need to actually clear out the Trainer Fly over here, which we've now done. And as a quick reminder, Trainer Fly is that we get spotted by a trainer and we fly, as the name says. In earlier streams I called it the memory access violation trick. Now that I've learned the actual name for it is Trainer Fly, or the Mew glitch, because that's the one it's usually used for. Be sure that I'm going to get this right. Timing is wrong. Timing is wrong. I'm just gonna... There we go. Mash the button twice. If you remember, the last Pokemon you see, the special stat is used to reference a table as to what fight you encounter somewhere. Right? Well, I'm gonna go to Lavender Town. It's also just occurred to me I can't do the trick properly because I have a party full of Pokemon. Hold up. We need to have only Bird up in the party. Basically what I'm going to do is we're going to train a fly to fight a specific trainer. It doesn't really matter as much what the trainer is, but we're going to get into some really nitty-gritty Pokemon data in a second. If you remember the last stream where we tried to show the old man glitch, because of how my character name is, we can encounter the Cool Trainer. And I was really concerned because when we fought a Cool Trainer, I pointed out that this is one of the many ways that you can actually crash and or permanently break your game. We are going to intentionally crash the game just to show what it looks like. And sort of the dangers of what happens when you do things and sometimes it doesn't pan out and why you have to quickly pivot. So, let's talk about the nitty-gritty. And actually sort of get that ball rolling. You may have noticed when we play this game, although I did sort of start avoiding trainers at one point, that every trainer is identified as, say, Youngster, Rocket, Cool Trainer, Gambler, that sort of thing. And then they all seem to have different parties, because they all have actual, like, different party indexes or team indexes. When you fight the Cool Trainer glitch, what happens is that the last trainer party you fought So let's say I go fight a gambler of index 6. I don't know if that's correct, but we're going to say, just for the sake of argument, that it is. When I cause the cool trainer to appear, it will use party index 6. Now, given that everything the cool trainer has access to via this wonderful old man glitch is garbage data, this is how we're going to crash the game intentionally. So we're going to go fight, funnily enough, the gambler over here. The very same gambler that we lose against in order to duplicate, and I can't show it here because we've started the fly glitch. We're going to fight him, we're going to lose. And if you remember, this then makes missing no appear, which is how we then did the item duplication glitch. I now have 2 stacks of 255 rare candy, 1 stack of I think 32. Because of experimentation and figuring things out. I'm just going to Gust. We really have to hope here that the Growl Life actually attacks me, because we've gained a few levels. If you could not roll 3 times in a row, I would greatly appreciate it. I might actually have to put 2 safety saves here, just in case this thing doesn't ever attack me. That might help eventually, but it's not helping now. We might also turbo this, because I'm a huge fan of how the AI just randomly picks moves. This is another thing we'll be exploiting when we go fight the Elite Four, depending on what party we end up going to fight the Elite Four with. Are you just... There we go. You couldn't even finish me off. There we go. Risky, but we got it. So, to sort of prove the point, we're going to run up here. I've put in a safety save to immediately put us back down to the Poke Center. We're going to walk onto the bridge. We're going to run into a missing no. Oh. Except we did get a pause menu there, which is a bit different than normal. That means something has probably been removed. We're gonna see if what's been removed. There goes missing no. We know it goes down in 1 hit. Let's firstly check that... Nope, he's still there. That's definitely gone. What's... Anything down here gone permanently? Nope. Well, I don't know what it is. But anyway, you've seen missing no appear. Now we're, instead of going to the bridge, we're going to go... This bit doesn't really matter too much, but we just have to fight the trainer. But the way everything links together, I think, is kind of cool. We're now going to go to the old man glitch, which is we talk to the old man, and because of how the game handles memory and data, it's been great so far. When the old man... I keep saying yes by accident. When the old man does his tutorial, our name is then loaded into some box randomly. The encounter data, specifically. Which is then used to randomly choose what Pokemon we fight. Now, I know from trial and error that the Pokemon we can run into is Marowak, Clefable, Cool Trainer, and then there's like 1 or 2 normal ones. I think Nidoran at level 14. We are specifically looking to run into Cool Trainer. And then a very funny thing is going to happen. Well, I think it's very funny. So now I need a Pokemon that can surf. Let's go with Guan Yu. I think Guan Yu knows surf. on you, you're a disappointment. I know who definitely does know Surferly in this box, so I gotta go to a different one. Different one. Yeah. Box 12, please. Give me... Patrick. Am I right in remembering I gave Staryu Surf? I did. Alright, now we're just gonna bumble over this way. And in the interest of time, I will be using safety saves if we don't end up in the right encounter. Just to sort of not have to worry about trying to escape or anything like that. Now, the whole reason I found out that I can use Gambler to crash the game is because I was wondering, hey, since I can load Pokemon in via my name, and you can run into some really weird Pokemon, let's put the safeties in, you can run into some really weirdly leveled Pokemon, can I get some really weird Pokemon out of the Trainer Fly? For example, here's the Marowak. At level 128. Yeah, that's the sort of thing you can run into. But we're looking for Cool Trainer. Because we have now loaded a trainer battle set, or trainer team, into Cool Trainer. And provided I remembered which trainer I had to use correctly to get this to work, we will not actually fight Cool Trainer. The game will crash and it will distort and it will look kind of neat. Here we go. Cool Trainer wants to fight. This glitch Pokemon that I'm just going to call P-Claw Block is, I think, one of 2 or one of 3 Pokemon that will always crash the game. So when last stream I saw Cool Trainer appear and I immediately panicked. Now you can see why. But as far as we're concerned, we have actual tasks to do, not just glitches and tricks. We have to go fight Team Rocket. Keta says, oop, yeah. Kind of a concerning thing to run into when I was expecting Missing No to turn up. This is going to be good old Slowbro. So why has Slowbro appeared? Simple. Remember what I said about the Trainer Fly glitch, where it's any of the last Pokemon you've seen. Now, mistakenly, for most of this playthrough, I've been under the assumption that only the trainer Pokemon mattered. No, it's any Pokemon you see. Which means, if you're an enterprising little individual, and you're willing to look at the lookup table for every entry into the encounter tape, like, index, you can actually pick and choose to fight whatever Pokemon you want to at any point in the game, as soon as you get access to Ditto random encounters. Because the old man caught a weed at level 5, Slowbro has turned up. And we're going to just eventually defeat a Slowbro. Now, because it goes off of the encounter data of the last Pokemon you fought, Ditto has a move called Transform, where it will clone the moves and stats of the other Pokemon. So, to sort of prove the point here, if I was to go fight a Ditto right now, which is located near Fuchsia City, I'm gonna mess with the... what's the word for it? Aspect ratio again. and I'm going to try to find my lovely little table that shows me all the Pokemon. Pidgey here, if it was cloned at level 9, the stat level of 19 for special, would give me a Lapras. If we were to have Guan Yu cloned at 100, it would instead give me a Jigglypuff. And if we were to have Patrick cloned at 73, that is Moltres, which is one of the birds we're hoping to pick up in this stream. Because of this ability to access any Pokemon provided you use Ditto as the last Pokemon you fight before you finish Trainer Fly, functionally speaking, you can catch any Pokemon in Red or Blue. Or you can, if you so much choose to, you could fight, say, the Elite Four. But you've got to have a really high level Pokemon to be able to pull that off. If you are looking to do this sort of a thing to, you know, for exploits and doing things quickly, very heavily recommend you look up the full list of basically everything you can run into and what you can access, so you know what to avoid and what you can actually deal with. Now, all of that is done, all of that is over. Let's actually make some progress. So Patrick, back in the box. Then, I don't remember which box we were on before. It was box 6. It was. We're gonna pull out Black Flame, Ursalka. I forget who Benedict. Oh, I know who Benedict is. Should be a very nice party of 6 Pokemon. It is. Okay, so what are we doing? I mentioned Team Rocket. Do I have anyone who can fly in this party? No. We have Cut. And that's basically it. Okay. Gonna move Black Flame to first position. In order to fight Saffron... Oh, actually, we're gonna not immediately go into Saffron for Team Rocket. There's another thing we can do. There are 2 gyms. There are 2 gyms in Saffron City. There's the original gym, which is no longer considered a gym, and then there's Sabrina. If we go into this gym and we win, just sort of walk this way. You can see there are 2 Pokeballs at the back here. In the same sort of way as we could sort of pick what fossil we wanted to get at the end of Mount Moon, we could choose which fighting type Pokemon we want. And one of them is objectively better than the other one in this game. I'll let you try to guess which one that is. For this, who do I want in front? Black Flame is a very obvious choice. Fighting moves don't affect them. Normal moves won't affect them. And Hypnosis Dream Eater is a very dangerous combination. We're gonna go with Black Flame. Oh no, a level 31 Mankey. Welcome to that which should not exist. And getting the first knockout of the stream. I had full faith that was a one hit. Oh no, another Mankey. Whatever will I fight next? You know what, I think you might be able to Hyper Beam this, right, Black Flame? You did! But also that was a crit, so I can't really say for certain that that's reliable. I should probably move the EXP all out of my inventory at this point. Primeape! I don't think we've seen you yet. And what a great presence you have. I am walking out of here and I'm putting EXP all into the box. We don't need it. I can exercise a restraint. I'm not going to sit here and power level my Pokemon to level 100. Poke-Sensor, I think, is all the way down at the bottom. But I hope everyone's having a good weekend so far. You may realize I was about 3 hours late today. It's because I was waiting on a package that said it would be here between 11 and 1. Then said 12 and 2. 1 and 3. 2 and 4. And then arrived at 20 past 3. So, that's why we're so late today. I do have plans to do a second stream about an hour or so after we finish this one, so to sort of make up for being late. But also because I know I won't be sleeping much. Hello, I've skipped most of your gym. So, the two fighting Pokemon you can get here, I believe, are both used by this guy. Hitmonlee is a reference to... Why can't I remember his name? Very famous martial artist. I was going to say Jet Li, but it's not. Bruce Lee. There we go. Unfortunately, Black Flame exists, has Hypnosis, and also has Dream Eater. So, Hitmonlee not really able to do much against us here. Hitmonchan, I believe, and I'm willing to be wrong on this one because I've never been quite sure, but I think Hitmonchan is Jackie Chan? In fact, you know what? I'm actually going to check that. Hitmonchan. Who? I know you're a reference to somebody. Who is it? Who is it? The name is based on Jackie Chan. But it's visually based on a boxer called Hiroyuki Ebihara. Okay. Cass says it's definitely not a reference to them. No, that's what the Gengar is here for. Now, I said that one of these two is objectively better than the other one in this game, and that is Hitmonlee. Hitmonchan doesn't really get a good fighting move in this game, because fighting moves functionally don't exist. Outside of the specific ones that are given to Hitmonlee. The advantage Hitmonchan has, though, is it can learn Thunder, Fire, and Ice Punch, so it has very good move coverage in terms of what it can fight and it's effective against. But If you need a fighting Pokemon, it's not it. It's just not it. I am going to take neither of these. Choose whichever one we'd like. Of the two, I would take Hitmonlee. But again, we're going to take neither of them. Because if I want them, we know how to get them. Speaking of things I want and know how to get, we need to go into Silphco. It's time to unlock Sabrina. This is not this is Silphco. So, Silphco is a bit of a journey of a place. There are 11 floors. Go straight to the top. We need to get into that room by there. And if you look at that to the left, that's a teleportation pad. As a kid, I could not figure out how you were supposed to get around this place. Oh no, 5 Pokemon. Yeah, sure, okay, send out the level 25 Rattata. I wonder what's gonna happen to that thing. You missed? What do you get for laughing? Cass says Hitmonchan is basically Ampharos. Isn't that the third evolution of, like, Flaffy? The one that's in the lighthouse that's sick? I never really used it. Because a lot of Pokemon can learn Fire Punch, Thunder Punch, Ice Punch. A lot of them. It's kind of funny. I didn't even catch which Pokemon this is, but I'm going to switch anyway. We're going to bring out Rusalka. Rusalka was formerly a Kabuto, is now Kabutops. Remember, Slash has 8 times the chance to crit. Which means that we're just going to sit here and literally bring in a prehistoric weapon. Regular Rattata. I think the idea is that you're supposed to do Silphco before doing Koga. The problem is we did Koga, so... I'm pretty sure we also just crit 4 times in a row. Start working our way through the floors, shall we? I am going to try to avoid as many fights as possible. Okay, so we need to get into that room. I don't actually know the way through this. Okay, this room is sealed. Brings me to you. Okay, there's a teleportation pad by here. Guy by there. I have no idea which floor we're on, by the way. We're just sort of walking through the teleportation pads and seeing where they lead. This brings me to a bunch of things by here. Do I have to fight you? Go with the idea of yes. Hell, I'm a self-employee. Why are you power stancing at me then? Oh no, it's a Grimer. Oh no. Guy says, yup, it's the final form of Fluffy, and it is electric. Yeah, unfortunately, as a kid, seeing the thing get sick and having to do a side quest for it sort of put me off ever wanting to get one. And also, it's an electric sheep. Alright, we're gonna switch things up. We're gonna bring out Buzz. Hello, Twin Needle. For some reason in this generation, Bug and Poison are super effective against each other. So if I just sit here and Twin Needle... Buzz can take them all out. And we never have to run the risk of a self-destruct. How nice. How did I know you were Team Rocket? Because you're trying to fight me. Okay, so we didn't actually have to fight you. Right, we need a card key and I don't remember how to get it. Obviously I don't remember how to get it because I never got it as a kid, so... This area we might actually end up having to fight everybody, which means we won't have... Trainer Fly potential. I think that might be the card key there. Let's see how many floors we can get to. We're gonna work our way down. Okay, well this is promising. What's this? 4 Pokemon evolve only when traded by link cable. Yeah, we found them. There's an item by there. I'm gonna have to fight a trainer no matter which way I go. But we can still do a bit of exploring. Or we could just run into a guy by accident. I remember the 4 Rocket Brothers. You also can't remember if I read this one out loud. Kaz says, Ampharos can only get Ice Punch in Gen 9. It's a very nice Golbat. But it can basically get all of the elemental punches. I think the only ones I really cared about in Gen 2 were the Fire and the Ice Punch. I like how we have Black Flame go first because we're functionally protected against pretty much everything we could run into. That's a Drowsy. Buzz! You're up. Buzz, you should still be okay. You are level 42. Don't you guys give me a hint? Oh. Okay, let's do something that I might never have thought to do as a kid. Which is, what if I just walk back through the teleporter? If this gets me the card key... Hey, Arbok. Oh no, my physical defense. Whatever will I do? Black Flame, I love how consistent you are. But we're also overleveled, so... Congratulations, you've hit level 43. I was the dumbest kid. I was sat there eating the entire sandbox for breakfast. How did I never as a kid ever think, what if I just go back through the teleporter? I saw the item thing there and went, That was it, all along. The amount of times I fought the entirety of Team Rocket here and was like, well, none of them dropped a key. A key? They dropped a key in the Rocket gambling place. They never dropped a key here. All I had to do was go into a teleporter, back into the teleporter, and get here. I can beat Gen 2 consistently, and there are some really weird puzzles in Gen 2, but I never thought, hey, what if, as a treat, as a treat, man, so this point forwards, everything is completely new to me. What are you? Oh, goodie. Show me the goodie. Take down. No, thank you. Alright, where do you go? Into this corridor. Goes over to there. That goes over to you. You protect that. I'm gonna get myself so lost and confused. What goodie are you? Hyper potion. I'd rather not fight you, so... Again, I'd like to keep as many fights open. I don't know if the fights are going to stay after we beat. I know who the final fight of this is going to be. I might have been a dumb kid, but I'm not that dumb. I know who is running this show. Oh, that just takes me down here? I guess I gotta fight this guy then, in order to get to the teleports above. Ads arrive at about 50 seconds. I'm not quite sure what we'll do with the messing time. I know what we'll do. We'll look at the Pokédex. Cass says it's Professor Oak and is laughing at me being a dumb kid. I'll remember that. I somehow doubt it's Professor Oak, though. Same as I also know what you get here as well. Because as a kid, I'd be constantly told, hey, did you ever get the and the from Silphco? No. Because apparently, I subsist on a diet of brick and cement, because nothing else explains why I'd be so dense. Just to not figure out what was going on. We're gonna pull out Scyther. Scyther's a very cool bug. Scyther, by the way, agility, sword dance, and double team is a very nasty combination because you've already seen how dangerous slash can be. We're going to slash and not worry about those other moves. Scyther is so much cooler than Pinsir. Only big nerds like Pinsir. Oh, this area is elevator only? Oh, there are stairs. So I didn't have to fight that guy. But wait, that means that the portal's over here. No! Okay, we're waiting. You may recognize that sprite at the bottom. So, Pokédex time. Charmander, Charmeleon, we have not yet evolved a Charizard, but I know what one is because of doing the exploits and the tricks. There are some Pokemon that share some glitch Pokemon that count as other Pokemon in the Pokédex. One of the ones I ran into counts as a Charizard, which is why we know what that is. What I want to go look at, though, is all the way at the bottom. I want to go look at Kabutops. Come on. Look at it. It's on it. It's just walking around. It's got two large scythes. As a kid, I always thought Scyther and Kabutops were related. Apparently, I was not a very smart kid. I know what you are. 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 I don't know what you are. This is the other fossil. Oh, no, I know what you are. We haven't got you yet. We can get you at any time. I probably should get you, to be honest. You're another fossil. One we have technically seen since the first stream. Look at that silly jelly Pokemon. Yeah. Accessible in these locations. Don't remember what you are. Scyther! With an angel-like speed and agility. Wrong way round. Agility and speed. It can create the illusion there is more than one. Right, I also need to sit here at some point and show off some more evolutions we have access to. We actually have more than 90 Pokemon. We just don't have them yet. It's a bit of a weird thing to explain. But hopefully not a weird thing to understand. Because we haven't evolved everything we have, I think we actually have closer to 95 Pokemon owned. But the ads have now finished. I have walked through. There's teleport by here. Oh, we opened the door, went through. Yeah. If you now look at the bottom, you may realize there is a man. Or... would say a man. Something along those lines. I have just realized how susceptible to flying this party is. We're gonna put Gyarados, sorry, Guan Yu, in position 1. Hey, Bob Ross. This also means I need a spare slot in my party. But we'll worry about that one later. Hey, Pidgeot. Man, me being level 42 is actually pretty on the mark for what I need to be. So, you may notice we have a fun move here called Hydro Pump. There are a group of moves that I have always referred to as the ultimate moves, because they have an extremely high power rating. Don't worry about that. Power rating doesn't really matter until Gen 3. Or at least when you can see it. But the issue is they all have, like, I think it's 80 or 70% accuracy. Hydro Pump, Thunder, I think Fire Blast is the flame one. There are a few of these. So if Hydro Pump hits, it's going to hit like a brick, but if it doesn't, it doesn't. We're instead going to go with Bite. Guan Yu is very physical attack based, so Bite also has a chance to flinch the opponents. Great. Fortunately, we didn't quite get that here, but that's okay. Bob Ross is about to use Growlithe. Are we gonna change Pokemon? Yes. See, I have 1, 2 Pokemon that are very well equipped to deal with Growlithe. Hey, Bob Ross, have you ever wanted to see if your puppy could surf? Guess it can. Now they're about to send out Execute, which is Grass Psychic. Unfortunately for them, I can introduce you to Buzz. Now, I could play something kind of risky here, and we're going to. Last stream, I mentioned that I want to use Buzz to see if I can I want to see if Buzz can solo Sabrina. And it all hinges on the badge exploit. We have 4 badges. A badge for attack, a badge for defense, a badge for special, a badge for speed, that improve our stats by 12.5%. Every time our stats improve in a battle, or change in a battle, it can also be reduced, the badge percentage is reapplied. So if I use agility to go faster, I've also now boosted, because I boosted my speed, the badges all reapply. I've also now boosted my attack, my defense, my special, and also my speed again. So that was a bit risky, but that does give me more power behind. Twin Needle. And the reason we've done this is because you may remember there was a Kadabra, or an Abracadabra, and now there's an Alakazam. And you've probably seen Red Alert in action. Agility means we're definitely going to be going... Ooh, we might not be going first, actually. We are going first. Ho 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 ho! Let's go, Buzz. Look at that. He's about to use Blastoise to change Pokemon. Yes. You see, Parasect is grass. I don't know if I gave Parasect a good grass move, though. I haven't given them anything apart from Spore, which is... Doesn't Spore do the same thing as Stun Spore? Oh, right, but it puts him to sleep. How is Blastoise faster than Parasect? I need to give Parasect a grass move. I know I have Solar Beam somewhere in my inventory in my PC. Or Giga Drain, either one. I think we might go with Giga Drain. That sounds more appropriate. But we're really putting Slash to work here. Down it goes. So we're ready for Boss Rocket. Bet. Moving on up and ahead. Start to see what's strong and how they evolve. We go into the Pokemon League to boost out the Elite Four. Go with the world's most powerful trainer. Good luck to me, don't sweat it. Smell ya. Right, we now need to eject someone from the party. I would put this to a vote, however... I need some more Floraron. I have no idea what Floraron. We can just go up the stairs until we recognize it. I think that might be like floor 5. If it is, that's pretty ingrained into my memory what the floors look like. Marwol, why are we rearranging the party so soon? Because we get a free Pokemon here. I am going to take out... Oh... We've sort of tripled up and doubled up in really weird ways here. I want to keep Buzz. I kind of want to keep Praying. But Praying's use to us is basically becoming a giant stick that slaughters everything through using Slash. So what I might do here is rotate Hilton out. No, because I know who's coming in. I know who's coming in. Guan Yu can get rotated out. I don't need Guan Yu. Which is probably a dangerous thing to say. I do, however, need to get some TMs. I wish I knew which TM was which. Pull out the HM. Pull out, I think, 22. Just in case, we're also going to pull out 23. HM2 is Fly, right? 1 is Cut, 2 is Fly. Yeah, your Strength. Solar Beam. Dragon Rage. Which one's Giga Drain? You know what? That will do. Alright, now we resume our defeating of Team Rocket. I really do love how... The music kind of reminds me of, like, Swing. I don't know why. I'm not exactly... That's floor 3. Man, I was way off. Hello, my guy. I'm not Team Rocket. I've come to save you. Wanna have the Pokemon? Thank you for the Lapras. Can you give a nickname to Lapras? Yes. Battleship. Like, I actually could spell Battleship as well. It's very intelligent. We kept it in the lab, but it'll be much better off with us. Be a good trainer for Lapras. It's a good swimmer. It'll give you a lift. It's also like level 15. You may notice as well its moves water. Oh, sorry, its types is water ice, but it only knows water gun. I'm actually gonna quickly look up the learn set for Lapras, because full disclosure, I have never caught or used or ever had a Lapras, primarily out of spite. Okay, so he gets nothing good till level 38. Cass says Lapras, the surf machine. Funnily enough, I'm tempted to give it surf, but I can also see it gets Hydro Pump at 46. So let's think about this. I know what I'm gonna do. I know what I'm gonna do with the moveset for this. We are gonna give it surf. We're gonna give it strength as well. Yeah, it learns surf. And strength. Wait, Black Flame can learn strength? Black Flame, your Gengar is built different for sure. Okay, and then what we're going to do is bring it up to level 42. Yeah, my Battleship grows. It's trying to learn Sing, but it can't learn more than 4 moves. Sing is the move that puts Pokemon to sleep, so I would keep that. However, Ice Beam, Hydro Pump, Surf. People may question having Hydro Pump and Surf, but the Hydro Pump's only got like 5. You can only use it like 5 times. It's not guaranteed to hit. Surf does less damage, but is more likely to hit. I'd rather have the 2 than run out of water moves. Oh, I hit the wrong button. There we go. I might turbo this. We're turboing it. Mist, I believe, just resets the stats and effects of a Pokemon. Body Slam is coming up now. Cass says Gengar was always able to learn strength. Yeah, I've never realized that, though. That's the thing. I always assumed because it's a ghost, it can't really just push a giant brick, but I guess my assumption was wrong. Confuse rate's coming up now. And then we are getting Ice Beam. Stats on the Lapras don't look great, I'm gonna be honest. And then Hydro Pump can replace Growl. Okay, so most of its stats are in its health. So it's a brick. Just not a very good brick. I don't like the stats at all. At least it's, well, to be fair, it is called a Battleship. Cass says Seal and Dugong can only learn strength in Gen 1, funnily enough. Wait, really? I do know another funny thing about moves. Hop quiz. I wish I could do a quiz better, like Fuchsia can. Can you name the first generation where the move Waterfall appears? Hello. Man, I didn't realize I was gonna be here. Cass says they can. Wonder if anyone else knows when Waterfall first appears. Because a lot of people go Gen 2. Cass says Gen 1, it is. See, it's really weird. It's a move that's only learned by Sea King and the first evolution of Sea King, whatever that's called. Goldeen, there we go. It's learned naturally by them, but it becomes a HM in Gen 2, so a lot of people who maybe didn't use those Pokemon didn't realize. Oh, I thought it... No, I did put it to sleep, and then it immediately woke up. You have to be very careful here. It knows ground moves. And unfortunately, this isn't Gen 3 and beyond, so we're not immune to ground through Levitate. It's fine. Dream Eater heals us. About to send out Drowsy. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna bring out the old special. See what level 32 Drowsy compares. Oh yeah, we're good. Send a Marowak? I'm gonna send out a Battleship. I think it's only safe and fair. Hi, this is my recently power leveled through various exploits Battleship. What do we got to say for yourself? Alright. The President and I are discussing a vital business proposition. Keep your nose out of grown-up matters, or experience a world of pain. Hey, Giovanni! Voiced any indie games recently? I'll admit, for a second there I thought I didn't bring out the right Pokemon for the first set, but no, I did. Because you're part ground. Oh no, Fury Attack. Doing 4 damage. I'm gonna hit you with a brick. Oh, okay. So in Gen 2, Strength's animation is that you throw a giant brick at the enemy. Which I always thought was pretty funny. Kangaskhan! I didn't catch one of these. I actually didn't end up catching any Safari Pokemon. I'm sure it'll be fine. We are going to actually rotate to Praying, because Kangaskhan can be a bit of a brick wall to get through. So, Double Team kind of works the same way as Sand Attack, except instead of reducing the enemy's accuracy, which I always think is not that great, it improves our evasion, which I think is much better. Why? Because if we take out their Pokemon, the next Pokemon has normal accuracy, but we raise our evasion, they're all going to have reduced accuracy. So I believe we're now at 2/3 chance to hit. And then we're going to Swords Dance, which improves our attack by 2 steps. So remember that now that we've done this, all badge multipliers are reapplied. And then we're going to Double Team again. Man, for having a higher evasion rate, we're still getting hit quite a bit. I'm going to Swords Dance again, because we're now just going to use Scyther to take out the last 2 Pokemon. Oh look, he missed. This should one-shot. Oh, even on a crit after 2 Sword Dance with the attack badge. Yeah, Kangaskhan really is a bit of a brick wall, isn't it? That's okay. My Scyther can evade. I'm not changing out a Rhyhorn. We're now at the highest step possible for attack. Wasn't even that effective, we still managed to get through a good chunk of its health. We're gonna raise our speed as well to keep on boosting the attack value, because badges again reapply every time. And we should see an improvement with Slash. No. Interesting. That's fine. This is a pretty durable Scyther at this point. Oh no, a Nidoqueen. Hello, Slash. Fortunately, we're bugged, so Poison Sting is going to be super effective. We could get poisoned. We're fine. Hooray! All Pokemon exist for Team Rocket. Wow. I think you might be wrong. Oh, this is a regular PC. Thank you for rescuing all of us. We admire my courage. All I did was walk in here, steal your keycard, and beat the guy in front of you, so... Thank you for saving Sylph. Never forget you saved us in our moment of peril. Because I am rich, I can give you anything. Have a Master Ball. The Master Ball, you can only get 1 of them in a game. Unless you use Missing Note and duplicate it, in which case you get more. And it bypasses the chance to catch. Marwol, what do you mean? Very simple. Very straightforward. It auto-catches anything you throw it at. It just doesn't do a check. It just goes, is it a Master Ball? No? Then we do the calculation. Kind of in the same way that Swift in Gen 1 bypasses attack calculation because you just sort of throw it and then things happen. Has this actually removed all the trainers? Wow, that was a waste of my... I evaded them all for nothing. So I guess now we get to sort of run through and find all of the items. Okay, what have we got over here? Oh, there was that storage room, wasn't there? Cass says duping Mastables is fun. Duping Mastables is the one thing I think I'm not going to do. I say that, there's a few things I'm willing to not do. But clearly rare candy is not on that list, so that we actually have all the viable options possible for later. Man, I think I can use the escape rope here. Hello, why are you hiding? I wonder if there's any other TMs. Are you a TM? HP up. Where is it? My battleship requires more health. Although it won't get it until I put it into the box, or a... Oh, an X accuracy. Yeah, that could be a funny thing to use. You know what? I don't think I'm gonna run around here and look for items. I think we're just gonna go straight to Sabrina. Cass says they duped Mastables a few times, but only to catch legendaries in Sapphire. I think the only time I caught a legendary in Gen 3 was the... Kyogre? Groudon. The big red... dinosaur-looking guy who also looks like he's wearing one of those... weird hats with the ears that drip down to the side. Which is possibly the weirdest way to explain what Groudon looks like, but we're going with it. It's just occurred to me, we still haven't gone to go get a Diglett. Okay. Buzz being in first position means we're about to start doing some very funny things. Are you Mr. Psychic? Thank you. Mr. Psychic gives you Psychic, which is, I believe, the most powerful psychic move in the game. It's not what I would classify as an ultimate, though. Is it Mr. Mimic that's over here? I say that knowing who he is, but I don't. But I have a funny feeling his house is the same in Gen 2. Yes! You're the copycat house. Okay. Gen 2, you have to give the kid a doll to get Mimic. I think you can do the same thing in Gen 1. I'm pretty sure I've heard you can do the same thing in Gen 1. We might go to try and find out eventually, but right now, what I want to do is go in here and do a teleportation maze. I'm going to fight everybody, because once we beat Sabrina, we can't jump around for other Pokemon. Or use them for trainer flying. Out of interest, Are any of your gym trainers on sabbatical in Koga's gym? Because you have a lot of psychic types over there. I might have wanted to do an agility here. See what I mean? We raised our agility, we've dealt more damage with this attack. Which I'm hoping is enough for slow bro, but I don't think it will be. Just. Cass says in Gen 3 they got Regirock, Registeel, Regice, and Deoxys. I never figured out how to get them. I know it had to do with, like, finding a cave and then using dig in the cave to be able to get to the back end of the cave. Problem is, I couldn't read Braille as a kid. Because Welcome to the stream where Marwol rags on himself as a kid because he was so dumb he never figured out how to get the card key in Pokemon Red. But also, other things that Marwol couldn't figure out include how to actually fight and get to the Regis. Was Regigigas in Ruby Sapphire, or is that Emerald only? Ruh-roh, Raggy, what will I do? No? Good thing Bug is super effective against poison. I don't know if Bug counts as physical. I think it does. Ooh, the Haunter might survive. It did. Uh-oh. I need you to wake up pretty quick, Buzz. Please wake up. Kaz's Regigigas is Gen 4? Oh, okay. I thought it was, added in Emerald for some reason. Like Rayquaza. I had a feeling I should have agilitied earlier. It would have meant we would have had the damage to take out the Haunter. It's fine, we have a max revive. We can bring Buzz back straight away. Who am I bringing in now? Can't affect a substitute, buddy. Third time lucky. Am I hearing fireworks? I don't know why I'm hearing fireworks on the 23rd of November, but here we are. I don't know what the right path is for this, and I'm pretty sure it's the same puzzle in Gen 2. I kind of want to agility again, but we're not going to. These buzz levels up pretty quick. See, I was expecting the Haunter. I've learned from last time. Problem is, if this happens, we got 30 damage to ourselves. I mean, it's going to deal 34 to us, but... we got lucky. Good job, Buzz. Cass says Deoxys was in Emerald via a ticket thingy, which is where they got them with the duped Master Ball in the Sapphire cart. Yeah, Deoxys is one of the event Pokemon, isn't it? Like Mew, Celebi... There's some other ones. I don't remember. Can I stop fighting the people running Haunters, please? That was nice knowing you, Haunt. Unless I get crit. No. If you get put to sleep, you're basically done. We're fine. We need to leave, but we're fine. Cass says Jirachi and Darkrai. Jirachi makes sense. Darkrai is an event Pokemon? I just want to get back to the entrance. Apparently this is not how we get back to the entrance. There we go. Let's go heal up Buzz. And then we'll bumble through a few more of those horrific teleports. Just double check the typing of Buzz. That's a cut. Please don't cut the staff. Bug poison. Alright, bug flying is butterfree. That's what it is. Cass says, yep, Gen 4, you had needed the ticket to unlock the whole storyline. And I'm right in remembering that you got the ticket through an event you had to, like, attend? Or is there, like, a thing you can find in-game that also gives you the ticket? Because I remember Gen 2, you can't... I don't think, outside of glitches, I don't think there's a way to get Celebi unless you attended an event and then had, like, a ball given to you that you could then use to do that whole thing, which means there's a whole section of Gen 2 that some people don't know about. I think they unlocked it for the Heart Gold, Soul Silver remakes, though, so... At least there's that. I'm pretty sure you're someone I haven't fought yet. I know the power alone isn't enough. Yeah, just look at me and my party. I got a battleship. I've got Black Flame. I've got this bee. We've got a clown. Oh, have you got Jinx as well? I bet you do, you scumbag. I can't risk a... agility here. We're fine anyway. Mr. Mine isn't very tough. very weak, fragile clown. Down it goes. Oh, you have a Kadabra. This fills me with hope for when we fight Sabrina. Cass says it was an event item only. Ah. See, that's part of my problem with the Pokemon games, is locking things that are kind of cool or interesting behind. You had to attend an event with a wireless adapter in order to get the Pokemon. I can't risk doing an agility with you. But I also know I can take you in one Twin Needle. Slowpoke I can risk an agility with. Except you then... Does that drop my attack? I don't think it does, because I have the badge, right? Okay, it might have dropped my attack. I got a poison off as well? You would, wouldn't you? So the problem is I don't know if my attack stat is still any good, but at least we definitely have agility on our side. Good. Well, 45. About to use a Mr. Mime. If we don't one-shot Mr. Mime with Twin Needle, then we're still in trouble. About to use Kadabra. Oh, wow, yeah, we took a hell of a hit from the growl. We still managed it, though. Never foresaw this. Tough. Oh, this gets me right back to the entrance. Okay. Where does this take me? Do I need the bottom right on this one? Cal says, funnily enough, there was a fourth event item that was never distributed for Platinum that made it able to get Arceus. That's the one that's God, right? Oh. Slowbro from the get-go? I hate you. If we run into a ghost, we're gonna have problems. Oh no, the defense rose. Oh, please don't just sit there and raise your defense again and again. We're gonna go through this a bit quicker now. Kaz says, yup, as for my question, is Arceus basically God? And they did glitch the game to get it, but it was not fun. It was not fun, but it was worth it. Well, yeah, you caught God in a Pokeball. I don't really know how much more reflex you can get than that. I really should have just stuck with Twin Needle on this one, but I thought Rage might take the Slowbro. I didn't account for it being able to do withdrawal, though. That's the issue. we somehow got through. Yep, well, we definitely need to go heal up. This is not Sabrina. Okay, well, I know this one leads to you. This one, I think, leads back to the entrance. Nope. Is it this one? Yes. So now I just need to find the one that does actually lead to Sabrina. I think we fought all of our trainers now. Turbo and Turbo. Oh, look at that. That was a really well-timed Turbo. Come on, please. I just want to fight Sabrina. Okay, we go here, then we go... What is it, this one? Where does this go? Oh, that's Sabrina. That has to be Sabrina, right? Okay. Safety, safety. Sorry, I got distracted by the fact... Okay. My keyboard has a very nice thing it does, where it tries to mimic the lighting of the screen whenever I'm active and doing things with my keyboard. For example, if I don't push any keys for like 3 minutes, it defaults to showing something else. It was concerning me that my F1 and F2 keys weren't lit, and then I realized it's because, as I'm moving around, the black border of the wall is what's shutting off the coloring for that key. A little bit worried. Anyway. Do I think Buzz can handle this? Buzz might be able to handle this. It depends what Pokemon is in first. Let's see if Buzz, the level 45, Beedrill, and solo Sabrina. And if they can't, then we will put Scyther into first position and see if Scyther definitely will. You learn how to bend spoons with my mind. I dislike fighting, but if you wish, I'll show you my power. Kaz says, weirdly enough, that was the only Gen 4 Pokemon they didn't manage to get shiny, but the best. It's because it's yellow as a shiny. Kadabra in first position means we're not in a great spot. We're gonna go Agility. Yeah, you have Psychic. How hard's that gonna hit? I cannot take another Psychic. We might need to do a second attempt with Buzz. I was hoping the first Pokemon was going to be something much more tame. I might get lucky here. You might do like a Reflect. Yeah, you did Barrier. Which is fine. Because even with a Barrier, I'm pretty sure... Ooh. Okay, they've done Barrier again, which is... Again, that's just defense raising. Venomoth? Bug Poison? Why have you got a Venomoth? Oh, because it can learn Psychic, that's why. Okay, time for the moment of truth. The level 46 here might actually help a little bit. Can Buzz take a level 43 Alakazam? Yes! Eat that, Sabrina. Eat that! Pokemon up to level 70 now obey me, if they're traded in. Welcome to a TM that I know from research actually broke a lot of games. Well, I say broke. If you battled someone and had Psywave, there was a chance that the game would have problems and you wouldn't actually be able to finish the fight, I think? Now I need to remember how to get out of here, which is going to be the fun bit. Is it this one? And then this one? Nope. But with that, I now have 7 badges, and I have proven Beedrill is good. Level 45 Beedrill. Only slightly higher than Sabrina's gym. But actually, yeah, it was level 45 and then leveled up during the fight anyway. I don't think we would have won that without agility. Because I think Alakazam moves faster than Beedrill even with the level advantage we had. But because agility improves our speed by 2 steps and then, you know, the badge multiplier after that, it meant that it had no chance of going first. So as long as we could take everything out in a Twin Needle, we were good. Now I need to get to Viridian City. Actually, I need to get to the Seafoam Islands. Buzz? You can retire for the time being. I'm gonna ride on the back of a Pidgey. We're gonna go to... See, I don't know which one is the best one to start with trying to get into where one of the rare birds is. I don't know if you go from the left or the right, because personally I've never caught, I'm gonna spoil it, Articuno. I've never even seen it. So I don't know if I go from the left or the right, or if it just doesn't matter. But allow me to get onto my battleship. We have 10 Great Balls, 15 Ultra. I don't like those numbers. Ads arrive in about 55 seconds. What we're going to do is get a few more Ultra Balls. 10 more. And then we're going to get a nice round number 15 more Great Balls. And then the rest can go on Max Repel and an Escape Rope. Do I really think I need more than 4? And then when we come back from the ads, I will be at Seafoam Island. I will not be inside of Seafoam Island. I'll pick up 3 revives. Going for item space. We're gonna throw those moves into the box for the time being. See, TMO9 can go in. The HMs can go in. Yeah, just go through all the technical machines straight in. $25 and $25. Good numbers, good numbers. I am going to want... Who is my highest level Pokemon? Black Flame? Funny enough, I did kind of want Black Flame in first position anyway. Black Flame can go first position. We are going to surf our way to the east. I was debating doing a Max Repel, and then I realized, actually, as we go over across, we'll be fighting things anyway. Tentacle level 15? Don't care. Run from it. We already have one. I made it like 5 steps. Tentacle, please stop. You're level 10. Are you a Pokemon I haven't seen yet? No, you're another Tentacle. You level 5? 15, okay, so we go in the other direction. Okay, this is Seafoam Island. Oh, hold up. Can I not get in from the left? Is it only the right side? Ah, I see. I always thought it was 2 entryway points. Oh, it is. If you go in from the other side, you go in from Icy. Welcome to the Seafoam Islands. While we're still waiting for the ads to finish, I am going to pull up a quick thing to check if there's any new Pokemon entirely inside of the Seafoam Island. And the chances are this is where we find things like Seal and Dugong. Generation 1, this is where we find Psyduck, Golduck, Slowpoke, Seal, Shellder, Horsey. Okay. So there are some new Pokemon we could pick up here. How do I want to do this? Move Hilton to first position, actually. They have Spore, which I believe always hits. Look at that dumb little guy. Level 30, wow. You're a big little dumb guy. Go to sleep. Yeah, go to sleep. I was gonna go with a nickname of Kiss from a Rose, but I don't think we have enough space. K-I-S-S-F-R-O-M. I might be able to do it in a weird way. The name isn't gonna make any sense when it turns into Dugong, but I'll take it. Hopefully people can understand the reasons why we're calling it Kiss from... I can't even name it that. Kiss from... Rose. There we go. Kiss from a Rose. Staryu, which we already have. Actually, I should probably check all the levels. Seal is level 30. Shelder we can run into about the same. Golduck is a 1%. Psyduck is a 5%. Staryu appears on this floor. The bottom floor has access to Slowpoke, Slowbro, Seal, Shelder, Horsey, Staryu, Golbat. There's another floor under this? There are 4 floors to this place? Okay, well, as far as I can tell, all the Pokemon that are new, I can find on the first floor. So... Wait, no, you can't get a Staryu in this. So, with that fun bit of knowledge, I think the play here is we do turn on the max repel and we just sort of try to figure this place out. I think the goal here is... I have to stem the tide? But I don't know how to do that. Oh, I push a rock into the hole. Okay, so where do I go up in order to start pushing rocks? Here? Or we can surf here as well. Let's try going up here first. Brings me to here. We've got 2 rocks on my left. Oh, this is a very easy puzzle. Do I have to use strength once or multiple times? Once. I've shot myself in the foot already. Okay, no I haven't. Hold up. Oh. Turn repel back on. You'd think I'd be able to solve this puzzle now. I'm gonna go through this hole. Okay. Hold on! That's all I had to do as a kid? To get to Articuno? The first 2 boulders I see? That's it? I thought it was gonna be like 3 sets of boulders that I had to push down to change the flow. You're really telling me this is all I had to do? We're gonna move Black Flame into first position. We're gonna treat this the same way we treated the first one. Hi, Articuno. God, you have a weird design. Black Flame, I need you to do what you do best. Apparently you missed. Black Flame, I need you to do what you do best. Thank you. Now that we know more about the math behind the catch rates, we know we just have to keep throwing Ultra Balls as long as it's asleep, otherwise it's Great Balls. Second try. Cass says, I forgot about Articuno's Gen 1 sprite. Yeah, the Gen 1 sprites are pretty memorable across the board for good or bad reasons. I'm gonna be honest, I actually think I forgot what I named the Zapdos. Did I name it like 9 Volt? I think I named it 9 Volt. Not that I'm really trying to have a naming theme with the birds, but what are we gonna call Articuno? Ooh! I know one. I'm actually going to double check that I've remembered that this name translates out the way I want it to. Yes, it does. Okay. Cass says Nicefall? No, we're not going with Nicefall. We're going with Mistral. If you don't know why we're going with that name, I gotta plug my own stream here. On a Thursday, come check out Metal Gear Rise and Revengeance. You'll find out why we named it Mistral. Mistral has been transferred to Bill's PC. Let's leave. I'll admit though, Nicefall is a bit of a funny pun, in that it's one of those that you sort of grown up, you can't be too mad about it. Okay, so out of curiosity, was there anything else to this dungeon, or is it literally just that? Okay, that brings us to there. So there. Fell down there. That has to be right, because I fell down a gap as well. Or is that just another way to get to being inside of the cave? Yeah, because you can go up here. Oh no, Repel's effect wore off. Well, we don't want it to wear off just yet. We're still exploring. Did I just go past the max Repel? I did. Cass says, well, they're trying to keep the Armored Core theme. 9 Volt, Nicefall, 9 Ball, Nightfall. Oh, I see. I thought you were doing nice as in, like, some sort of Batman and Robin level pun that Mr. Freeze would be appreciative of. Wait, hold on. Does that ladder just... What is the point of... Why? Oh, I guess when you start doing some boulder pushing. So you can go down here as well. So what happens if you go down here and then you fall through the other hole? Oh, it just always puts you down here. Okay. Right, because then you have to take a specific way to get back out. Okay, I see. I see. I understand how this works now and why I was always confused as a kid. I think I'm also blending the memory bit with, and I'll admit that I never caught this in Gen 2 either. Lugia? Lugia? I never quite knew how to say its name. But, I think in the movie they pronounce it Lugia. Which way do I go? I don't think I'm on the top just yet. If I am, then I can just run around. Didn't I just drop down this hole? Man, I love being able to safety save. The music is starting to take root in my brain and I'm scared. I'm terrified. Where am I now? I'm at the top floor. Okay. Wait, there is a boulder here. Puzzle time. Puzzle time. Puzzle time. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Battleship, I need your strength. Push it in the hole. I somehow doubt I have enough max repels for this place. So, looking at it, there should be a boulder over here as well, right? It is. All the noises are sticking in my brain now. Oh, right, I'm gonna have to do it again for every floor. I love this. Okay, so we pushed it down there. I actually might not have enough max repels for this place. Unless I choose to follow one boulder all the way down and then do the other boulder after that. Kat says it's a hard G for them personally, because in their mind, Lugia is pronounced like Luigi. So it'll be a Lugia? Luigi? Oh, I have 12. What is it? I thought I had 2 left. Nope. Using a max repel does not let you push a boulder, Marwol. You need a battleship for that one. Do-do-do-do. Does this actually get me anywhere, or does this just make it so I can travel through one side to the other? You know what? Yeah, I'm actually going to open that question out for actual answers. Have I just basically bridged the 2 areas together? So I have, like, I can enter on one and exit on the other? Or is there an actual, like, item-specific reason as to why I want to be able to do this and do it the way I have? Because as far as I can tell, all I've done is bridge the east entrance to the west entrance. What are we doing? That's the up ladder right there. Kara says, to be fair, they did misspell Luigi quite a lot when they were a kid, dyslexia and all that. I can get that. As a kid, you also don't really realize how things are supposed to be said or how to quite read them right as well, so that'll also add to it as well. For example, as a kid, I always said ho-oh as ho-ho, because I thought it was a Christmas thing. Yeah, I think all I've done is bridge the 2 together. Okay. So now we can surf from here, we can get to Fuchsia City. Gal says, God, they don't remember. I'm pretty sure all I've done is bridge the 2. So now you can, yeah, traverse it. But we don't want to traverse it, Dad. We want to go in here and we want to catch Pokemon. Hello, Slowpoke. I've already caught you. What are we looking for again? We're looking for a Golduck. And a Horsey. Well, there's a Horsey. Oh no, that's gonna be like, yeah, 5 damage? I was gonna say 3. And then I'm going to double check there aren't any actual other Pokemon we care about on the other levels. Evolutions do not apply. Throw an Ultra Ball. I am now a Ultra Ball fan. I'm not an Ultra Ball fan. I shouldn't have said that. If I throw a Great Ball and I catch it, I think I just confirmed my own bias. Okay, never mind. Have an Ultra Ball. Even though I'm probably going to save these for the legendaries. Never mind. Known to shoot down flying bugs with precision blasts of ink from the surface of the water. Can I give a nickname to Horsey? Yeah, sure, I'm going to call it Spyro 2, for reasons that'll only make sense if you've played Spyro 2. You have played Spyro 2, also known as Gateway to Glimmer, or Ripto's Revenge, or whatever you regionalization I think called it. You might realize why I've called it Spyro 2 based off of a really horrific minigame. Okay. Is it just Golduck? Sorry, Psyduck we're waiting on. Psyduck is less likely in red than blue. Will only appear on floor 1. Oh, I need Shelder as well. Shelder only appears on this... Oh no, Shelder appears on this floor too. Psyduck does not have an improved chance to appear on other floors. He can only appear 5% of the time on... Oh, only 5% of the time. I'm gonna go insane. This is gonna be the Pikachu incident all over again. Alright, Turbo it is. You're not a duck. Or a shell. Welcome to how I spend my time grinding off stream until we got the rare candies. That's a seal, I've already got one of you. It's this or we waste 40 minutes just going in and running, again and again. So always try to fill the time. Once we've obtained the 2 Pokemon here, we are then going to go to... Viridian City. I don't really have a mimetic plan for that one in the same way I did with... That's a Shelder. In the same way that I did for... Let's see if Buzz could solo a gym. Cass says they're pretty sure there's a Psyduck around here. Seal, they think Goldeen and Staryu too, but by fishing. Staryu we ran into just running around before we turned on the Max Repel. Goldeen, I think you're right on fishing, but I think you can fish them in other locations as well. Because we've fished one of those already. I think we fished those straight away with the Super Rod, or the Great Rod, or whichever one it was we got after the Snorlax. Ultra Ball. I'm gonna need to get some more water in a minute. Which is a shame, because I was hoping I'd be able to hold out until the next ad break, but... No. Shelder's nickname is not going to make any sense until we evolve it. Although... I guess I could have gone with one of 2 names. The name we're going with is Clam Cannon. The other name would have been Mew Creator, but I don't think we have enough room for that one. But the clam cannon has now been caught. Now we just need Psyduck. You're also not a Psyduck. It's gonna be really funny if... I was gonna say, it's gonna be really funny if even with Turbo it still takes 40 minutes, because that means that we would have saved ourselves about 2 hours. Here's Psyduck anyway. Oh, Black Flame, you're great and I love you so much. You piece of... The dichotomy of Pokemon. Go back to sleep. Walking nuclear bomb. Gonna be here a while. Pretty sure we caught Articuno easier than we just caught this Psyduck. Oh, we really did catch the Articuno easier than the Psyduck. I'm gonna put a safety in. I suddenly forgot my hotkey for safeties. I've actually forgot my hotkey for safeties. Hold up. Shift. Is this a weird case where Great Ball works better than Ultra Ball? No, they both suck. How did I catch an Articuno on the second, or was it third throw? But this guy over here, this fat little duck, has gone through so many of my... You woke up. Wow. Go back to sleep. Good, it doesn't know a psychic attack. Go back to sleep. Does it not know any attacks? Okay, no scratch. There we go, thank you. Cast a second. I thought it was the second Ultra Ball. And yet this thing over here has such a... Why? I'm gonna throw Great Balls because they're cheaper. You really woke up that fast. Stop. You woke up twice on the 0th turn in a row? I think we found the true final boss of the game. It's this Psyduck. What was the total cost of that? 7 Ultra Balls, 4, 5 Great Balls? Yeah, I'm gonna name it Tactical Nuke. Oh, I don't have enough room. We're gonna change it up then. We're gonna go with Psycho Nuke. Psycho Nuke has been transferred to Bill's PC. And with that, I believe we have everyone. I was like, why am I running into a Pokemon battle? Right, I don't have Max Repel turned on. Let me, for the last time, double check. Psyduck, yes. Golduck, yes. Slowpoke, well, Golduck, but evolution. Psyduck, yes. Slowpoke, yes. Seal, yes. Shelder, yes. Horsey, yes. The funny irony here, if we got Golduck, we'd still have to be here for the Psyduck. Thankfully, we don't have to do that. Shelder, yes. Horsey, yes. Seadra, yes. Staryu, yes. 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 Oh, is Krabby unique to Blue? Funny that I've got one then. Oh no, I caught it with a... Can't be unique. Looking at the fishing list, by the way, it looks like Good Rod gets you Polywagon Goldine. Super gets you Shelter, Horsey, Goldine, Staryu. Surfing gets you Tentacool, Staryu. Yeah, okay, we're good. We are out of here. I'm gonna use one of my many escape ropes. Which takes me all the way back to Saffron, thank you very much. Cass says I could have used Tac Nuke. I could have. Psycho Nuke, though, I think fits better than shortening Tactical down to Tech. Right. It is time to fly to Viridian. This time, not for a glitch. Because the 8th gym should now be open. But before we get into that, I need to remove my bird. Posit the bird. Who do I want to bring out? I know what we're dealing with here, and that's what makes this funny. I'm gonna bring out... What are you in, box 12? I have such plans. I need you to heal up. Thrash, rest, horn drill, slide. Yep, sounds like a Nido King. Okay. Viridian Gym is a bit of a weird one. You should hopefully immediately understand the gimmick of the gym once we set foot inside of it. Because up until this point, the door has been locked, no one's been able to get in. And now here we are. Toughest of all the gym leaders, heard the trainers here like ground-type Pokemon. Now, I'm not sure if this is correct. I've never been perfect at remembering ice and ground typings. But I have a funny feeling it's either ice is good against rock or ice is good against ground, and I don't remember which way it is, or if it might be both of them. But we're going to leave Battleship in position 1 for the most part. Debatably, I could use Praying in position 1 or Hilton. But we'll leave Battleship there because Battleship needs to get some combat experience. Now, I said you might realize what the gimmick is when we walk in here. You might have also given away who the gym leader is going to be when we walked in here. Take a second look at the screen. Does it look familiar? I'm going to go over here. Well, that's the wrong way to go. This clearly leads around in a weird way. Ooh. Hello, trainer. My Pokemon will cower at the crack of their whip. I think this is a trainer type we haven't seen yet. Oh, it's one we have seen. Arbok isn't a ground type. It's faster than Battleship. build paralysis, although we're already not the fastest. About to use Tauros, which is a very dangerous Pokemon. We're going to switch out to Praying. No, we're going to switch out to Black Flame. Because Tauros, if I remember right, is actually normal typed. Go on, Black Flame. Wow. Rest in peace, Tauros. That might be the Pokemon I didn't know what it was that was near Snorlax. On the Pokédex entry. Let's go 50, 50, 50, 50, 50, 50, 50, 50, go left. I should have gone right. Oh, no, we're okay. Actually, that got us out of a fight. But I'd rather be fought because they're all actually around our level. We'll leave Battleship up in front. Karate is the ultimate form of martial arts. Actually, that's wrong, but believe what you want to believe. Cass said yum, probably because they're on a full-fed diet of... Well, you're not going to eat them a choke because I think it's going to get taken out by the Battleship, but so far, pretty good job of eating every... Oh, hold up, you pot ice. That's fighting. If it has a fighting move, we're in trouble here. Yep. Fighting super effective against ice. Oh, well, it's not going to get a crit anytime soon, thankfully. You know what? Ice Beam it. That's a normal move. How are you fully paralyzed twice in a row? I think I might actually need to move. Ooh. Put Nidoking in front. Well, we can't go that way. Does this just lead me back to... Yes. Well, that's a lot of trainers. Oh, good, a revive. The truly talented win with style. Hey, that's a cool trainer and it's not bugged. Hey, that's a... okay. I'm going to introduce you to Horndrill. And we actually hit. It didn't actually. I thought we'd have to do it 2 times, maybe 3. Horndrill, for reference, has a 30% chance to actually hit. I don't think it can be improved outside of an exploit we're going to be using with X accuracy. Okay. I think I'm running out of steam. I have 1 paralyzed battleship and everything else is a-okay. What have you got for me? Oh, this could get ugly. You've already seen how dangerous Slash can be with the other Pokemon we have. Yeah. Oh, we'll try again. Hey! Goodbye. Not use Doug Trio? That actually is going to be an issue. For Salka, I'm going to switch out to you. And I'm gonna need you to slash. It's faster. Yep, that rock weakness is a problem. Goodbye, Rusalka. Excuse me? That's not how that's supposed to work. That's not how any of this is supposed to work. Okay, don't solar beam straight away. We're gonna go for a spore. Yeah, you better go to sleep. Okay, absorb the sunlight. Works kind of like Hyper Beam, but the other way around. We have to charge first, then hit, as opposed to hit, then charge. We immediately go into the Poke Center. Thankfully, Viridian's kind of small, so that's a pretty quick trip, but pretty nasty fight. Okay. So, things we need to be aware of. Diglett and Doug Trio are both gonna wreck me. Well, they're gonna wreck about half the party. The other half is gonna be fine. I think the guy beneath me is another psychic user. We'll see how that pans out. Why did I say psychic fighting? Because psychic would good against him. Level 43. So 42. Thrash. Seismic only deals 40 damage, I think. Or it might be level dependent, I can't remember which way around it is. It's 40 damage, but again, I don't know if it's always 40 like Dragon Rage, or if it's level like Nightshade. I think it's always 40. Okay, we're gonna be confused. We're still okay. And we win. Little bit of a shame we haven't leveled up though. Yeah, I know I don't have to fight the last guy here. Now we go around and then we get to the gym leader. Hi, Machoke. Still not a great move to use, but unfortunately it's the best one you've got. And now the Machoke is passed out on the floor. Great idea. Great move. Yay! Level 43 Nidoking. Who is up next? A Machop? Yeah, we'll switch out. We'll switch to praying. I think a regular slash might be okay here. Almost. Oh, either way. We're still through and fine. Let's use another Machoke. This is where we're going to do the same thing we did with the last time we sort of started stacking stats. We're going to go for evasion first. Evade again. And then swords. Man, that thing's gonna hit like a freight train, but so are we. Yeah, good job you missed. I won't. Would have saved you, but unfortunately, this is slash. There we go, out and around. Let's speed this up. And I wonder what that sprite looks like. Are my Pokemon in a good condition? I think they are. I don't know who I want in first position, but I know that I want you last. I think I want the Nidoking to go last. I don't know what order his party is. I have a vague idea of what's in it. Put Battleship up front. Hello! You plan to resurrect Team Rocket here, but we have caught you again. This time, you're not holding back. Once more, I will face Giovanni, the greatest trainer. You're the greatest trainer, why aren't you on Indigo Plateau? What's that? We're underleveled? Oh well. About to use Dog Trio? Battleship can stay out then. There's a guard spec? Okay. Hi, I'm gonna drown your little mole things. Who would have guessed that I'd be given the Pokemon that would be able to trounce this gym in the last place we fought this guy? Battleship has leveled up. Good news. Nidoqueen! We gotta change Pokemon. Ooh, actually, hold on. I need to have a look at the move. We have enough. Okay. I am going to use X accuracy. Now, I've mentioned a few times there are some items that don't quite work as intended, or that moves don't quite work as intended. Focus energy, dire hit, they don't actually improve your crit chance, they actually reduce it drastically. X accuracy is supposed to just improve your hit chance. What it actually does is it makes it so you don't miss. Remember what I said about Horn Drill having a 30% chance to hit? Welcome to how we're beating this gym. That's a very nice Nidoking. Unfortunately, I move faster. I believe there is actually a second check as well to see whether or not a one-hit KO move can hit. I believe if the target speed is higher than mine, I can't hit with a one-hit KO. However, my Nidoking has been receiving a lot of speed stat experience this whole game, so its speed stat is higher than even a level 45 Nidoking's. Where we might be about to run into an issue is this Rhydon, but we will see. We're fine. My ground Pokemon is better than yours. The Earth Badge makes Pokemon of any level obey. Hooray. With it, we can enter the Pokemon League. And now we have, I believe this is Earthquake, Fissure. Guess what Fissure is? Wrong, it's a one-hit KO move that's Earth-based. Earthquake is a TM, but I don't know where it is. It might be later in the game. I just know it exists as a TM. We don't really need Fissure. Funnily enough, Rhydon can learn Fissure and Horn Drill, so if you want to sit there and have a Pokemon that can actually full wipe any party it runs into, provided it moves fast enough, can. Because Rhydon will have 5 of one and then 5 of the other. So, with all 8 badges, it's finally time to make some headway. I don't know who I want to put in front. Battleship. Battleship, let's go. It's time to get onto Victory Road. Remember when we were here at the start of the game? Remember when we came here and we fought Bob Ross? We got all the badges. Battleship, use Ice Beam. Bring down that fighter. Ooh. Drown it. Splash it with the waves. Okay, we're good. Pidgeot down. I see you. Pidgeot to a different Pokemon. But it's on a Rhyhorn. Cass says, do I know the rough location of Earthquake? I'm assuming if I haven't seen it yet that it's probably in Victory Road, because really fun things tend to be on Victory Road. So we're probably going to run into it when we're on our way to get the last of the birds. The only thing is I don't know how to get to Moltres, but we'll figure that one out. You still haven't turned it into an Arcanine. Battleship is absolutely just clearing house. Caswet says, funnily enough, no, I went past it. Oh, was Earthquake in Silphco? Executes? Wait, hold on. Can Battleship basically solo the entire encounter apart from Blastoise. Cass says, yep, I had a funny feeling there's going to be a TM in there somewhere. Alakazam, and I haven't got Buzz with me. What am I going to do? Alright, time to put our luck right at the front here. Black Flame might be about to get one shot, but if they don't get one shot, we're about to Hypnosis and then Hyper Beam Alakazam. Okay, Reflect is fine. Hyper Beam it. Go on. Black Flame! Got a level up off of it too. Disgusting behavior. Blastoise is going to be run into by Hilton. For anyone who's ever said that I could only win fights because I'm over-leveled as hell, I'm under-leveled. Look how we're doing. Uh-oh. I'm not letting you get away with that. You go into sleep, buddy. And then I'm gonna hit you with the power of the sun. And then we're gonna do it again. Even if it wakes up, we should be okay. We beat Bob Ross. Hooray! You were just careless. Yeah, I know. I know. You ready for the Pokemon League? I need more practice. I took out every single one of your Pokemon without losing one of mine. Yeah, you better run away. Better. Are we ready? Yep, this is the Boulder Badge. Let me through. What a great theme. Really dramatic, really builds up the fact that we're going towards the final final area that matters. The area after this is optional. But we've absolutely got it. Adds in 55 seconds. We will get as far as through here and then probably start trying to catch Pokemon because, spoilers, Victory Road... Of course it interrupts the theme when we do this. Victory Road has Pokemon we might not have seen so far. And I'll need to, you know, catch them. Moltres is Victory Road, right? It's not like off to a side somewhere here. I think you can fish here, but I don't know if there's anything you can actually catch that's worthwhile. Oh, there's grass. What Pokemon are we going to run into? Fearow. Kaz says, yup, Moltres is Victory Road. I thought it was. I'm gonna, during the ad break here, quickly look up the encounters here. Where are we in terms of route? We are... Pokemon League reception gates. This is Route 23. Pokemon available here are not ones we care about, although if we were doing the Ditto trick to be able to mess around with other Pokemon, we would be able to do it here. Sorry, if we're doing the Ditto trick to for the Trainer Fly, we could encounter a Ditto here fairly reliably. So we're just gonna keep on keeping on. We have the Earth Badge. We just got it. Okay. Time for me to check the Pokemon inside of Victory Road. I think this is where we can get a Rhyhorn. Pokemon, Gen 1. Golbat, Machop, Geodude, Graveler, Onix, Marowak. We've already got those. Floor 2 has Zubat, Machop, Geodude, Graveler, Onix, Marowak. Oh. Floor 3 has Zubat, Venomoth, Machop, Geodude, Graveler, Onix. Nothing amazing then. I wonder if the layout of this place is the same as it is in Gen 2. If it is, I'm probably going to be able to get through here relatively pain-free. But also, since the Pokemon here aren't anything new, we're gonna... I say max repel like it might actually do anything here. It might not. We might be too low a level. Put Black Flame in position 1. I'm not going to use Strength until I know what I'm doing and where it's going. What are you? No, what actually are you? Pressure switch, right? Let's see if it is. Welcome back if you got caught by the ads. We've just entered Victory Road. There doesn't seem to be any new Pokemon here. And I think that's a pressure switch to my right. Push it right again. Push it up twice. I'm gonna assume that is what I was supposed to do with that. I don't want to fight the trainers here, even though they're going to be a great source of experience. Sure. What level are your Pokemon? 42. Okay, so we're not under-leveled, we seem to be on-level. Fortunately for you, buddy, Dream Eater exists, and so does Black Flame. Cat says they know Onix is here. Thankfully, we got Onix all the way back in Rock Tunnel, so we don't have to worry about that. Is that a war turtle in this economy? What do I want to use to fight that thing? Because the next thing coming out is probably Cwningen. Yeah, unfortunately I think grass is a special, so I get around the withdraw. It's not. You're just gonna keep withdrawing again and again? Yeah, water gun isn't gonna work well because I'm part water. So... X attack doesn't help you, because water is special typed. Really, this is just a huge set of misplays from the war turtle over here. I think we should just decapitate it, but I accidentally hit up one too many times. Chameleon? Hello. Goodbye. This reminds me that I do need to bring our Chameleon out at some point to evolve it, because that's one of the ones I do want to evolve on stream. Which means we might do a little bit of grinding on stream after we get to where the Elite Four are. The Indigo Plateau itself. Oh, you have a Charizard in the last slot? No. I'm gonna need Battleship. Go with the strength. Why does your Charizard still have Ember? Pathetic. Absolute waste of a Pokemon. You had a chance. You blew it. I'm gonna go up a floor. Right. Okay. Switch by there. Which, that one seems pretty easy to do. So let's do it. Another switch to my right and an item. It is a switch. That looks like just a way back. Oh no, I see the bird! It's in the top right! We need that bird. Yes. Where is my... I keep going past the max repel because I keep thinking they're further down. Go away! You're not a bird. You are distinctly lacking in flames and wings. Hi. Black Flame, can you deal with this, please? I did say please. Yeah, you probably didn't hear me say please. There we are. Go on, eat its dreams. Put it in therapy for the rest of its existence. What do you got next? But Chop, why would you bring out such a pathetic thing next? Hyper Beam it. Cass says it's time to grab the third bird. Yeah. I've just realized this, Machop actually probably won't deal any damage outside of Seismic Toss. So time to talk about what Seismic Toss gets around the whole normal and fighting type doesn't affect Ghost. It is based off the level. For some reason, the attacks would deal set damage based on level, or I guess set damage in general, maybe. For some reason, just like how Swift gets around to being able to hit, gets around things like Flying Dig, you can't hit them in the first phase, but Swift doesn't care about the calculation to attack. Fixed damage attacks don't care about type, they just will deal damage, which is why Nightshade does what it does, and that worked there. Unfortunately, I don't think it will survive a second Hyper Beam. Got to use Machoke. Machoke. Alright, we're gonna full heal off of this. See? And a level up. Terrifying. Okay, I need to push a boulder all the way over here. What's this item? TM05. Wait. Is that Blizzard? Mega Cake. Okay. Okay. Mega Cake is a really powerful move. We're not going to be using it. Where have I got to get this rock from? How do I get the rock to... Oh, I have to drop it down, don't I? Come here often? Oh, is that how I get to you? No. Yes? No. Yes? No. Blue. Becky, let me smash. Please. Yellow? No. Submission? That's a fighting type move that I don't quite remember how that works. Yeah, I have to drop the rock down, don't I? Well, my first priority is actually getting that bird, so... if you don't mind me, is the ladder over here? Is... next to a really awkward... Oh, my max repel isn't working here. Because the Onyx is level 45. No, it's just an Onyx. TM47. What are you? Explosion! Yeah, that's the... No, we're not doing that. Explosion is just a more powerful version of self-destruct. Bird up, I guess. Safety save 1 and 2. Cass, you healthy? Wow. Cass says, El Tercero Pajero? I think I got that pronunciation right. I never really took Spanish, so I don't really have a guideline for it. Apart from Dora the Explorer. Yeah, that bird is definitely inflamed. Go on, hypnosis is on go 1. You are so good at this. Well, Ultra. Okay. Oh, and it woke up straight away. Go straight back to sleep then, can't it? Are you going to be like Articuno? Did we get you on ball 2? No. How many balls have I got? 13? I can do it. The law of averages is on my side. As long as Black Flame can keep putting it to sleep, I can just keep throwing Ultra Balls until eventually we win. It's like a 20% chance, and we are just not getting it. I think it's like a 20% chance. Okay, this is getting a bit concerning. I'm getting flashbacks of that Psyduck all over again. Go back to sleep, please. I said please. How hard is this gonna hit? Oh, what am I worried about? It's Fire Spin. Absolute worst case, I can throw the Master Ball at it if we run out of the other balls. Moltres? Starting to wonder what the catch chance is here. Articuno definitely went down a lot easier than this. Maybe we just got extremely lucky with it. But the Ultra Balls just ain't doing it here, Chief. Like, we're not even getting, like, 2 attempts at the rocking. There we go. What was that, like 10 Ultra Balls? Known as the legendary Bird of Fire, every flap of its wings causes a dazzling splash of flames. You want to give a name to Moltres? Yes. Names I was debating before we came here was Rodan, after the giant pterodactyl thing. Phoenix, which is pretty on the nose. We're actually going to go with KFC. Kanto Fried Chicken. Okay, let's go solve a puzzle, shall we? Oh no, I have a level 45 Pokemon in my way. Hello, Onyx. Hi, Onyx. How far away from leveling up is Black Flame? Because I could just take the easy out here. I'm going to take the easy out here. I'm going to give 1 rare candy to Black Flame just so we don't have to worry about rare encounters. Ta-da! Now they have to be level 46. Throw the other repel on. Okay, there's the stone. You're guarding that, which I don't like. Wait. Do you go that way, or do you go a different way? I'm gonna assume you do go towards the switch I saw on the left. This is gonna take a while. So, what a nice cave. Do you like the geometry of the rocks, the stalagmites, stalactites, everything else in between? Do a little bit of checking here. So we want to go left, down, left, left, over to here, down, 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 to the right. Got it. Watch me still mess this up somehow. Okay. Where do I go next? Right, I came up here thinking I had to push a boulder down. So, presumably I need to go this way? Well, I managed to avoid one of them. Cool trainer. Hello. A bell sprout? That thing should have evolved ages ago. Downside to the paralysis is now we can't just whip out the Dream Eater consistently, we might get paralyzed. But Black Flame never fails to... Nope, that's the wrong sentence. Black Flame's never going to disappoint me like that. Absolutely no issue whipping out a Dream Eater. About to use a Weeping Bell. Are you going to go up through the evolutions? That'll be funny. Hi, that's a nice Pokemon you have there. Unfortunately, I have a battleship that is armed with ice cannons. Go on, send out a victory bell. Hey, so predictable. That might not kill. This is gonna hurt. Next on the list is going to be... Praying? Okay, well, I'm pretty sure that's the boulder I gotta push down, so we'll do that. Pell's effect wore off. What a shame. I hope I have 8 more of them. Then we go down here. Where am I pushing this to? Is it to the left? Yep. Straight to the left. Hi, Battleship. I realize you're currently unconscious, but I'm just gonna push you, and that will somehow push this boulder all the way to the left for me. It's kind of weird how that works out. I can fly on the back of a level like 13, 14 Pidgey when it's unconscious. I don't question it anymore. It's just part of that funky Pokemon magic. Okay, what's the next part of this puzzle? If there is one. We're out. There kind of is like the Gen 2 Victory Road, I think. Okay. I think we are not doing the Elite Four this stream. There's a few reasons for this. I have about an hour before I need to do some other things and then get ready to do the second stream. Which means I don't necessarily have the time right now to do the Elite Four and the rest of the fights. And then that means that the stream after this would just be the final place. So what we're instead going to do is we're going to now level up the Pokemon that we've been waiting on. Or at least that I did want to level up off stream. We're going to do that now. We're going to... so we can see their evolutions. Some of them are trade Pokemon. And then we're going to fly out of here. We're going to do the stone evolutions. We're going to evolve a whole lot of Pokemon. And then I'm going to talk about how we're going to handle the Elite Four next stream, as well as the final cave. which means we'll be finishing this next Sunday. So, again, we're sort of just, I guess, filling in the numbers on this one. But in order to do anything, I first need to make some room. So, unfortunately, everyone who isn't Black Flame, please leave the party. Oh, the box is full. Box 12. Okay. I thought I was on box 6. That's my bad. Deposit Crane as well, please. Deposit Hilton. Okay. There's one bit of knowledge I need, and I preferably need to get it with as minimal spoilers as possible. Cass, do you know, on average, what level is used by the last member of the Elite Four? So for reference, I'm speaking in terms of like Koga, for example. We knew that he had level 37s and had a level 43, so I aimed for like level 41. Sabrina, I knew she had level 43, we aimed for 43, 42, as the max limit for what I'd raise the Pokemon to. Do you know either the lowest and highest Pokemon, or do you know roughly what the average is of the last Pokemon used by... I'm not saying his name because I know who he is, but I also don't want to see what his party composition is, or his moves, or anything like that. Apart from the fact I kind of know an exploit involving combat AI that we can do against that trainer. Anyway, all I care about at this point is roughly the levels, so I know what the limit is, so we don't overlevel or go in too underleveled. Dux is fine, Abra's fine. Go fine. Did I really not put that in here? Cass is 62. So if I aim for 58... 58, 57? Cass says, I want to talk about the last three Elite Fours. Yeah, I'm speaking about like the last of the Elite Four. I know there's a champion. The game tries to pull a fast one on you, but it's common knowledge at this point. There's always a champion of the Elite Four. I don't mind going into the champion fight under the mark, but I'd like to at least be roughly on the mark for the last one, but not too on the mark, because then it makes the other Elite Four too easy. So if it's 62, if I aim for about 56 to 58, that will make it a bit more interesting getting through the Elite Four. I think we'll go for 57, split the difference on that one. Go 57, 50. Some might end up at 58 if they learn a move at 58. We need to change the box again. Am I in box 1 already? Okay, box 6. Psycho Nuke is here. I was on box 6. Psycho Nuke needs to evolve. 2 at 56, 158, 160, 162. Yeah, so if I aim for 58, 50, 57, 58, we should be good. We won't be over-leveled. Worm, Benedict, Guan Yu, Buzzbird, Rusalka, yeah, they're fine. Change box. They're in box 11 then. We need Randy Savage, Barry, Beach I haven't leveled up because I didn't really care much about Beach. Oh, right. I had this that I was going to talk about. M. Let's pull M out so I can talk about M. Dwayne is done, Balloon Boy's done, Knotball is done, Mr. Krabs is done. Put up Beach as well. How am I for space? We're fine. Okay. So, I was M. This is going to be the fun part. I have to talk about nerd stuff again. So, I mentioned Missing No, and we saw Missing No earlier. I think last stream, when we actually encountered Missing No for a specific glitch or a trick, I said that there were other glitch Pokemon. We saw one of those in this stream. It was I think I went with the name of the P Claw Block, which is the one that crashed the game. M, which is styled different from Missing No. M, when caught, and it is slightly mechanically different from Missing No for a few reasons. The first one being, no matter what level you catch it, it'll appear at either level 0 or level 80 or whatever. I think my M was 80. You catch it, it's a glitch Pokemon. It's one of the ones that can cause corruption. We might see that next stream. I'm not quite sure if it will happen. I think it might only happen retroactively, but... Sorry. I think it'll only happen and corrupt the thing if you already have the thing. We'll see. We'll figure that out, and I'll have to explain it if it happens. If you level up M, it will immediately evolve into a Kangaskhan, which is why I said I didn't catch one. We actually have one because of this. It has a bit of a broken moveset, as you can see. It has 2 water guns, it has a sky attack, and then its experiences through the ceiling. It's a fun little glitch Pokemon. It's one of the more interesting ones that you can get. Some of the other ones can cause problems. They can crash carts and everything else, as I say with like P-Claw. But for right now, though, we're just going to level up Psychonuke, Randy Savage, Barry, get them evolved. I might go get the evolution stones needed for the other Pokemon. I might do that off stream. I might do that off stream, actually, just to save time. We're going to level them up now. Let's go use the other stack. Coley, hello! Welcome in. I don't know when you evolve. I'm going to keep on just pumping you with candy, though, so... Hold this button. The disable. It's probably going to evolve like 33. Randy Savage, I think, is a 28. Right, we have a Machoke. I know I sort of skipped through the evolution there, but we're just going to go down. Confirm we have those 2 Pokemon. So we should see that we have a Machoke. We'll pull that data up here. Muscular body is so powerful it must wear a power save belt. Go to regulate its power. And then if we go further down, we want to find our little duck boy. Where are you? Taurus is by that. Lapras is by here. Okay. Have I gone past him? Can't be that far down the list, surely. Vileplume, by the way, we have to give a leaf stone to Gloom. Similarly, the... I don't have it. Oh, Psyduck's by here. Similarly, if you have Bellsprout into Weeping Bell, you then give that a leaf stone and it evolves into... Oh, we just fought it. Victory Bell. Here's Golduck. Often mistaken for being a Kappa. And then Pokemon number 100 is gonna be, fittingly, our Charizard. I believe it was 36, but it might be 32. Or it could be 34. Trying to learn Slash. Seeing how powerful that move is. Get rid of Scratch. And then we're going to trade evolve Randy Savage. I think it's the last trade evolution we were waiting on. We have Golem. We have Alakazam. We have Galt. We're gonna get Machoke. Who are the four? Who are the four? Why have I forgotten it all of a sudden? Gengar. Yeah, we definitely have a Gengar. They're right there at the top of the party. Hello, Charizard. And then I won't worry about the rest. We've got our evolutions ready. It's time to put in those saves. Make sure we're ready to do this Trader Evo. And see if this is going to break on me like it did last time. I want to fire up a multiplayer window, get ready to get deafened by 2 instances of the game. Please don't do anything weird like you did last time. Trying to get into this as fast as I can. And we are in. Okay, cool. Welcome to the Cable Club. Please apply here. Before opening the link, we have to see the game. And now we wait. Really doesn't like me tabbing out while I do this. Trade center, please. And we're in. Trade the Machoke for a Sandshrew. So. Oh, I need to actually confirm the trade over on the other part. There we go. I guess now would be a good time to talk about... Actually, hold on. I forgot to give Coley a shout out. I need to do that. Coley, MFB. I think you've been playing your way through Final Fantasy 16. You have! I hope you've been enjoying it. You're probably still ordering fries. I hope you enjoy the fries. I'll be making food pretty soon. I'm hoping to get this wrapped up pretty soon. And then we'll be back at it. I'm of 2 minds as to what I'm going to be streaming later. It's either going to be quick again. Great idea to try and get comfortable there. I still didn't go get it in the water, but it doesn't matter. We won't see the evolution, unfortunately, but we will see it when it's traded back. Yeah, oh god, that looks ugly in Gen 1. The trade has been completed. Have your Sandshrew. Give me a Machamp. It looks so bad in Gen 1. Anyway. What was I talking about? Oh yeah. It's either going to be Quake 2 64, or it's going to be some other random game that I'm pretty sure I could finish, or at least get most of the way through in one sitting. But the plan for next Sunday is a bit of a weird one. I'm going to level, as I've said, everyone to 57, 58. Oh, I missed a message from Cassidy with their levels. Might be a bit over-leveled for the first of the Elite Four, but the rest are at least 56. Yeah, so if I aim 56, 57, 58, sort of base it off of when they get the last move, or around that mark. Probably erring, as I say, towards 57, 58. We now have the Machamp back. We can leave. Although I'd like to leave. Second window. Go. And back to this. Actually, I'll wait until we get back into the game itself before I give the plan. Because I kind of need to bring up the Pokédex for this. Look at that. 8 badges, 102 Pokemon. That's the highest I think I've ever got them in any of the games. Actually, no. Ultra Sun I might have got higher than that. Would I like to save the game? Yes, please. Coley is back. They got some chicken fried fries and they're fresh. You got chicken fries? Ooh, fancy. Welcome back. You're just in time for me to explain what the plan is for next Sunday. We need the Pokédex for this. So, first off, Pokemon, repeat it again. Gonna get them to 57 and 58, depending on if they learn a move at 58 or whatever. I don't think many of them do, if any. However, obviously, we're gonna be fighting the Elite Four next Sunday. I don't really have any plans that are happening next Sunday, which means that if provided we can get the stream started on time, we can actually have a decently long Pokemon Red send-off, I guess, because it will be the final stream. We're finishing it, we do the final cave, that's it, there's no more content. As part of this, I am going to get every Pokemon I have evolved. I'm going to also pick out and use Pokemon Blue to get all of the uniques from there, and fill the rest of the Pokédex that way. Every Pokemon that should be evolved by level 57 will be evolved to level 57. And that means I'll have a lot of options for what we do for the Elite Four. So what will happen next Sunday is probably mess around with, you know, redoing things like Glitch City. Maybe we'll go do the Safari for a little bit, see how, like, the actual Safari stuff works, since I didn't really sort of show how that works. I sort of explained it and didn't do it. Actually, no, I think I caught one Pokemon through Safari and that was it. Anyway. When we come to the Elite Four, I am going to allow people to suggest an entire party of Pokemon to use, and then we run it, and if it beats the Elite Four, it beats the Elite Four. And if it doesn't, then we pick an entirely new party. Maybe, you know, someone goes, oh, what if we have, like, these 3 Pokemon, but we switch out for these 3 Pokemon as well? Or maybe we just switch one, or we switch the whole set of 6. And we keep going until we beat the Elite Four. And then after that, we go to Cerulean Cave. And then if we have enough time, we do the Elite Four again. And that way we might see some Pokemon we wouldn't normally see. For example, maybe you want to throw Butterfree against the Elite Four at level 57. That's going to be a bit of a funny fight. But you could throw Butterfree. Or maybe you want the car battery involved. There's a lot of... There'll be a lot of options for what we do. And when we get there, I'll sort of run through the Pokemon we do have. As I say, I'm going to fill the rest of this dex out. Arcanine is pretty easy. That's a stone evolution. Poliwag, Poliwhirl, I just have to go find them and catch them. But... oh, there. Bellsprout, Whooping Bell, Victory Bell. But that is the plan for next Sunday. If we can't get any party to work in a reasonable time, I will sit there and try to figure out a party that I think will clear it, and then we'll do that. Which would be like the backup option. But the main one is going to be, I have to get so many evolutions. This is going to be disgusting. Oh, there's one no, hold on. There is one thing we can do before we finish the stream. There is one last thing. Do I have a Pokemon that can fly? No. Hold up. I realized it earlier. I mentioned it earlier. There is a fossil Pokemon we could have got ages ago. IOSM is going to stay in my party. Ah, but if someone picks Kangashkan, we got to use it. That's going to be a fun one. 9-volt can fly. Give me 9-volt. Actually, let's go pick a Pokemon we know actually already has fly. Put 9-volt back in. But yeah, you could do that, for example. You could be like, hey, look, I want to see all 3 of the birds and Mew and Charizard and Arbok. I don't know why you'd throw the Arbok in there, but you could. And then it'd be cool. We run those against the Elite 5, 4, Elite 4. Sparrow doesn't have it, Mr. doesn't have it, you don't have it, you have it. Bird up, there you are. Oh, I need cuts as well. I'm gonna deposit Barry, and then confuse myself. And then we're gonna pull out... Did I see Buzz? Okay. Pretty sure we can fly back here. Yes, we can. We need to go to Pewter City. If you remember all the way back in the first stream, we went and visited the little museum. There's a tree over here. We didn't really look at the tree. It's fair he didn't see it. I don't think I really showed the tree well. But in the museum, over here, you can see these people back here. You think the chunk of amber contains Pokemon DNA? It would be great if Pokemon could be resurrected from it. So I have a favor to ask. Take this to a Pokemon lab and get it examined. May remember we saw 2 fossils all the way at the start of the game. We saw the fossil for Kabuto, or Kabutops, one of the 2. And we saw another fossil for a different Pokemon. Aerodactyl. I need my inventory slots open. My Pokemon slots even. This is how you get Aerodactyl. I've also missed 2 messages from Cass while I was trying to figure out what we were actually going to be ending with. Turns out we're ending with the resurrection of a Pokemon. Can you not get in my way? First message I missed from Cass is they were so tempted to do the no jumping redeem for Quake later, but that's evil, so they won't. I think there are actually some parts of Quake 2.64 that specifically require you to jump, so I wouldn't have been able to accept that challenge. Here, have the old amber. Fossil Aerodactyl that's extinct. Gonna bring it back to life. Go for a walk. Again, I don't know what the timer requirement is for this. I don't know if it's just leave the building or what, but we're gonna leave, fly to home, fly back here, and that should be enough. Cass also says no Arbok slander. They love their snakes. My favorite snake Pokemon is Seviper, which is gonna be a bit of a shame because we won't be seeing it. That's a Gen 3 Pokemon. I'm only going to go as far as Gen 2 for now. Next year we might go further. But really Gen 3 might be where I hardline say that's it. Come on, Aerodactyl. Want to give a name to Aerodactyl? Yes, I do. What do I want to call it? I'm going to do a really obscure reference here. What was the name of the pterodactyl in Extreme Dinosaurs? Bullseye, I thought it was. I wasn't sure if it was... Yeah, T-Bone the Tyrannosaurus, Spike the Triceratops, Bullseye the pterodactyl. If you have never heard of Extreme Dinosaurs, please at the very least look up the intro to Extreme Dinosaurs. It is the most 90s kids TV show. We made this and it's cool as hell and you will love this that I have ever seen. I had it, funny enough, around the same time as Pokemon. And I was like, yeah, this is great. I love dinosaurs. And then I got it on a VHS tape for like 1998. It was a great birthday present. Bullseye! Look at those stats at level 30. Speed is 89, attack is 74, it's rock flying, and it has wing attack and agility from the get-go. Aerodactyl will take no prisoners. We're gonna fly back to Indigo Plateau and then we're gonna sign out over there. But yeah, the plan is next week, I'm gonna let people build the party in order to try to beat the Elite Four, and if we keep failing, I will eventually build one and we'll see if I can do any better. Chances are we probably won't. I'll probably pick Pokemon and then go, yeah, this is gonna be great, and it ends up just falling flat on its face. But if there is... I will stand outside, this looks nicer than the inside. But I will say, however, if Black Flame, the Gengar, is added to the party, I will be showcasing, I've alluded to it a few times, there's an exploit you can do involving the combat AI in this game, and I know it can be done to trivialize a certain part of the Elite Four. At the worst case, it just means Black Flame is a safety net. At the best case, it means Black Flame might solo an entire member of the Elite Four. We'll see. But all of that is going to have to be next time.